Hey everyone, it's Jeff Bordelin here with the Greater Sudbury Chamber of Commerce here again for another member spotlight. Today I'm joined in person by Lee Mulligan from Palladino Auto Group. How are you doing today, Lee?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us. Just to start us off, do you want to give us a bit of an idea of how everything's going on with the Palladino Auto Group these days?
The good news is that we're extremely busy, which is a big change, obviously, from April, where we were definitely down in business going through COVID-19. But it's really nice to see that business has rebounded, and from a June over June compared to last year, we'll probably be at 100%.
That's really great to hear, and it's nice to hear that clients are willing to come in and they're really embracing the face-to-face interaction again with the car industry. And sort of speaking on that, how's the car industry maybe evolved over the past couple months here?
It's a great question. I think that over the last couple months, everybody in the auto industry was really trying to figure out how to transact online, and how to make it as easy as possible for a customer to purchase a vehicle without even having to step foot in the dealership.
Mm-hmm.
I think that some of the governing bodies have loosened up what they didn't allow in the past to help us as an automotive dealership to sell vehicles without having to walk through the doors. But at the same time, we're now seeing in June with us sort of being in stage two, as the government would call it, that people are feeling a lot more comfortable walking through the doors and going through the traditional way of buying a vehicle, which is, we spoke about affirmation, confirmation. It's tough to buy a car without taking it for a test drive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's nice to hear that the car industry as a whole was able to adapt and was able to make sure that everyone was able to get the cars when they needed them still. And you did mention in there that some people were maybe having some difficulties purchasing vehicles. And I was wondering, does Palladino have something to help clients and customers to possibly through those processes?
Yeah, I think that it's one of the things that we do extremely well is keep ourselves sort of up to speed with what's going on in the industry and really what's going on in the world itself.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've all heard the stories of those going through COVID-19 and financially being in some pretty tough positions. And even though the government has stepped in and obviously helped out as much as they could, there are still those who need that much more help.
Mm-hmm.
We've since introduced our Palladino lending solutions, and that takes all of those criteria into consideration. So whether you had previous credit problems, or, for example, things like service-to-debt ratios and all of those types of things are affecting you, we still have the ability to find financial institutions and using a very sophisticated piece of software actually find the right vehicle that fits your budget. So we have our salespeople will do, a questionnaire and try to understand what are the absolute needs when it comes to a vehicle. We can plug all those things into this fancy software, and with your credit score in mind, it will actually tell us what we have in inventory that will fit you as a payment best. It's pretty cool.
No, that's really cool that you hear that you're making sure that you're working with your clients to make sure that you're finding a solution that helps them. It's probably great for the Sudbury community that someone is doing that for them too.
Yeah.
And one final question for you too is just what does an investment in the Chamber of Commerce for a company like the Palladino Auto Group, what does it bring for you guys?
Well, I think it brings relationships. Relationships with those who are really dealing with the same types of things that we're dealing with, maybe just in a different industry, but they are businesses who are trying to be successful. And I think that when we can lean on our peers, our fellow business owners, and people either running businesses, not necessarily in the automotive industry, but in any industry, we can help each other out. And I think that that's what the Chamber brings to those who who are involved in it is help from others who are in business.
That's fantastic, and thank you for your time again here today, Lee, and hopefully we see you out there, and once we're finally doing events, we'll hopefully see you there.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you.
Thank you.